Bowtie Bros News Network.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bowtie Bros News Network. We've got breaking news for you. Today, on March 23rd of 1971, Congress has just passed the 26th Amendment to the United States Constitution. It reads, "The right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age, and the Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislations." This means that the legal voting age in America has now dropped from 21 to 18. This has happened because, as you all know, our country is currently in the midst of the Vietnam War. Ever since World War II, when President Franklin Delano Roosevelt lowered the conscription age to 18, young people from the age of 18 to 20 have been able to fight for our country and even to die for our country. Recently, due to the war that we're in right now, an outcry has arisen that it isn't fair for people that don't have a say in our country's government to be able to fight for the government. This outcry has grabbed the attention of Congress, and thus the 26th Amendment has just been ratified. Now we go live to Ethan Wiles with the people's reaction. Ethan?
Thank you, Gabriel. I am here today with Mr. Matthew Love. Matthew, you are 18, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. You are able to serve in your country's army, and because of the recent enactment of the 26th Amendment, you are now able to vote. How does it feel to have a say in how our country is run?
I think it makes a lot of sense. It feels much better knowing that I can both fight for my country and vote for our leadership.
It does. How does it feel to have the responsibility of having the say in it? Do you think you and all other 18-year-olds in America are ready for that responsibility?
Yes, I would agree that we are ready for that responsibility. We are fully an adult at that point, and we are able to decide who our leaders are.
Thank you. I take it that you think it is good right here. Do you want it to be raised or lowered any? The age?
I believe 18 is right where it should be.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Matthew Love. That will be all for today. I have just interviewed with Mr. Matthew Love. Now I will interview Miss Lydia Love. Lydia, how old are you?
I am 16 years old.
Because of the recent enactment of the 26th Amendment, you can vote at 18. You are not quite 18 yet. Do you think the voting age should be lowered to where you can vote?
I think it's just right where it's at, because since I'm 16, I've just gained driving privileges, and I think I should take it small steps at a time.
Thank you. Do you feel that the people who are slightly older than you, do you feel like they are ready to have the responsibility of voting and having a say in how our country is run?
I can see that. Since the war and being drafted at 18, I can see them wanting to go for that.
Thank you. How do you feel about them also, in deciding how the country is run, they also have a say in how your future is run? Do you feel like that is fair?
I think that's fair, as they are closer to my age than if a 21-year-old would be.
Thank you. That will be all for today. Next, we will go and interview Mr. Topher Wiles. We have just interviewed Miss Lydia Love, and she has given us a perspective on someone who is almost ready to vote, but not quite. Now we will interview Mr. Topher Wiles. How old are you, Mr. Wiles?
I'm 44 years old.
As someone who has been voting for a while, how do you feel about the younger age being able to vote and have a say in how our country's run?
Well, first, I'm not sure how I feel about you insinuating that I'm older age, but we'll go with that. You know, I feel like they should have that ability to vote. I've always based it on if you have the ability to fight for our country and die for our country, you should have the ability to make decisions for our country. Right now, we have a large population of an older demographic in our country. And so it's not like the voting block will be outweighed. If anything, it'll be balanced out by the inclusion of more younger voters. And that's what we want. We want a balanced demographic representation in voting of all the people in our country.
Do you feel like they are ready for the responsibility of having a say in deciding how the future of America?
It's true. There are some 18-year-olds that really are not mature. They don't have a lot of life experience yet to be able to make some decisions. However, I know some people my age that are not making mature, wise decisions. And so I think in the end, the 18-year-old mark is still a solid mark. And I think that it'll sort itself out with our democratic system with adding a younger demographic. It'll be okay.
So you feel like the 18-year-old age limit is the right age for voting?
I do. Again, I base it off if they can fight for our country, they can vote for our country. If we don't feel like they're old enough to make decisions to fight in the field of battle on foreign soil, then we need to raise the age, the fighting age.
Yep, seeing as how the Vietnam War has been going on, now they can fight and they can vote.
Right, I think the two decisions go hand in hand.
Thank you, that will be all. Back to you, Gabriel.
Thanks, Ethan. Nice bow tie, by the way. And there you have it, folks. Even in the midst of a devastating war, the United States government is still protecting the freedom of its citizens. That's all for now, folks. We'll be back at 7 with sports.
Bowtie Bros News Network.